Before he ever sat in a palace, Aristotle learned by the sea. In the small town of Stagira, a young boy walked along the shore each morning, not to prey but to observe. He watched fish leap, crabs dig into the sand, and seagulls circle above the waves. He did not yet know that every motion he saw was shaping something within him, a way of thinking that would one day shake the world. Others saw the beach as a place of rest. Aristotle saw it as an open laboratory. Every creature, every leaf, every wave was a puzzle waiting to be solved. And from the sound of the sea, logic was born, not from books but from life itself. To Aristotle, a fish was not merely food, but a mystery. He dissected fish carefully, noting the shape of their gills, the position of their eyes, even the color of their blood. He was not a doctor, not a fisherman, but an observer of life. In his time, people believed sea creatures were born of divine magic, but Aristotle saw order in their design. Those who live in water breathe differently, he wrote, but all obey the same principle. He found patterns within diversity. Every species was not a miracle, but a part of nature's system. While the world still believed in myth, Aristotle found science inside a fish. A bird flew across the sky, and Aristotle saw the logic behind its wings. He studied how birds opened their wings, dived, and rose again. He wrote that their flight was not random. It followed the laws of air. He even guessed that air beneath the wings created lift. Thousands of years before aerodynamics was born, a philosopher had already written its foundation on papyrus. To the world, it was just a bird. To Aristotle, it was a lesson in the balance of nature. He didn't wish to fly like a bird. He wished to know why a bird could fly. Aristotle believed, to understand man, study the animals. In De Anima, he wrote that every living thing has a soul, not in a religious sense, but as a system of life. Plants have a soul that grows. Animals have a soul that feels. Humans, a soul that thinks. For Aristotle, our difference from animals was not because we were holier, but because we could understand them. He did not look down upon animals. He saw them as mirrors of the evolution of reason. And perhaps, the human soul is merely the most complex form of an animal's instinct. The small knife in Aristotle's hand was sharper than any sword. He dissected animals not out of cruelty, but to understand the structure of life. He recorded muscles, bones, organs, even comparing the anatomy of more than 500 species. He discovered that all living beings follow a natural design. And from that came one idea. The world runs on internal order, not mere miracles. To some, his acts seemed mad, but to the modern world, they were the birth of biology. One dissection of flesh opened the door to the secrets of life. How can we understand a world full of different creatures? Aristotle had an answer: arrange them through logic. He created the first classification system, grouping animals by habitat, respiration, and reproduction. That concept became the foundation of biology for 2,000 years. He wrote, "By knowing differences, we understand unity." A chaotic world became structured. From fish to birds, from insects to humans, everything found its place. For Aristotle, to study animals was to understand the order of God without naming him. Even geniuses err. But Aristotle's errors opened the path to truth. He wrote that flies had 4 legs, and that women had fewer teeth than men. He was wrong. But the world did not laugh at him, because what he left behind was not absolute truth, but a method to seek it. Mistakes became part of discovery, not its end. He may have been wrong in detail, but he was right in thought. Aristotle spoke with the world, not in words, but through observation. He believed that nature never lies. If something seemed strange, it was not because nature was wrong, but because humans were not yet wise enough to see its pattern. He rewrote his findings again and again, and each time another layer of reality revealed itself. Aristotle did not conquer nature. He listened to it until he finally understood. He saw a connection the world had never noticed before. Humans and animals, 2 points on the same chain of being. He described the scala naturae, the ladder of life, where every creature held its place in nature's perfection. Man stood at the top not because of power, but because of his awareness of that place. In his system, animals were not lower, they were the beginning of us. He did not teach man to rule over animals, but to learn from them. While his students debated logic, Aristotle wrote one final line about life: nature does nothing in vain. From fish to man, he saw perfection in order. Every creature, no matter how small, had a purpose. And from that vision was born the foundation of biology, ecology, and the ethics of nature we know today. Thousands of years later, the world finally understood. Aristotle was never studying animals. He was studying us.